Welcome to MathsScoreBooster. Master the math, maximize the score. Hello everyone and welcome to MathsScoreBooster. My name's Mazhar Tahir and I am delighted to begin this sad mathematics journey with you. In this course, we will cover everything you need to know to achieve a high score on the SAT math section. Whether your target is 600, 700, or even a perfect 800, this series will provide you the concepts, strategies, and practice necessary for your success. Today's lesson is our SAT math formula. It's a boot camp. Before we begin the complete course, let's review essential formula that every SAT student should know. So, I will be with you until the end of the course. So, let's begin with the formulas. Now, course roadmap I will give you. In this roadmap, you will learn algebra, advanced math, data analysis, geometry, trigonometry, strategies, and practice tests. So all these things will be in the course. As the start, let's begin with that's not entirely true. The SAT tests your ability to apply mathematical concepts, to solve problems efficiently. Problems, however, knowing the right formulas can save valuable time and help you approach the question with confidence. Think of formulas as tool in your mathematics toolbox. The more familiar you are with them, the faster and more accurately you can solve problems. So here what we are going to study are the formulas. Very important in our SAT mathematics. One of the most important topics on the SAT is linear equation. And as for the linear equation is concerned, if we can say 3x plus 2y equal to, for example, 7. Now, this is standard form of the linear equation. From the linear equation, we can derive the slope formula, we can derive the slope of the line, so we can have the slope intercept form. This is slope intercept form from there. And then we have slope formula, y minus y1 x2 minus x1. This is slope formula. And then there is point slope formula. If you know 2 points, like for example 3 and 2, and want to know the other slope, so here it is this point slope formula that will be helpful for you. So all these are important for you through point intercept. So you will encounter these formulas repeatedly throughout the SAT. As we discussed, this slope formula can be in this form as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the points 2 and 3 and the points 4 and 2. Okay, so it will be x1, y1, x2, y2. By putting the value here, we can get the slope of the line, or use to measure the rate of change. So rate of change from extreme and the initial point. So in between there, what was the rate of change, we can measure with the help of this formula that's called as slope formula or line slope formula. As we already discussed, this is a linear equation formula and it is called as identity slope and y-intercept. If we here see here, y is equal to mx plus b. Here, this is slope of the line. What is it? Slope of the line. Clear? And this is called as the y-intercept. Any number here will be termed as the y-intercept. So if you have all these values, so you can easily look at the y-intercept. And in previous equations, for example, I wrote 2x plus 3y equals 7. So here we need y on this side. So it will be y is equal to minus 2 over 3x plus 7 over, it will be 7 over 2. So here it is 3 over 2 for the moment, 3 over 2. So this is slope of the line, 3 over 2, 3 rise, 2 run, and here it is the y-intercept. This value is called as the y-intercept. And similarly, we have the formulas here for the point slope, and as already discussed, if we know the values, so we can use it. Useful when slope and 1 point are known. Exponents are special numbers, and exponent rules, you know the simple rules, the simple calculation, and help us work with large numbers efficiently. So remember these key rules that I am going to tell you. When multiplying powers, when you multiply the powers, so add the, with the same basis, add the powers. So this is a simple rule that you need to know. And when powers are divided, when powers with the same base, subtract the exponents. Here you can subtract them, okay? Subtract the exponents when they are being divided. And then the zero exponent, any number that has zero value will be equal to, like even I have 1000 to the power 0 will be equal to 1. A million, billion, trillions will become 1 if the power is 0. Clear? And power to the power law, powers are multiplied. Powers to the power law mean powers are multiplied. Mn. So for example, it's a power 3 power 2, mean it will be, they will multiply and the result will be a power 6. So 3 powers to, it's not like 3 multiplied 3. Power to the power law is not like this. It will be a wrong idea. So fractional exponent means if a power 1 over 2, it means a to the root, square root, because square root 1 over 2 is equal to the square root, and power to the power, it means the down one will be here. If it is like a power 1 over 3, so it will be cube root. So okay, so inside it will be a. So it's how we can tackle the fractional exponents. Fractional exponents, as discussed earlier, a power 1 over 4 will be equal to a power 1 over 4. It means a to the root and power 4 here. And if it is similar to this 1 over 2 half, so it will be only equal to a, because it's understood that root is half. Okay, so any number, it's a fractional power, mean a over 7, it will be root 7 and a inside. So this is how we are tackling the fractional exponent and roots. It's called as radicals. Now, the most important of SAT mathematics is quadratic equation and discriminant. But the quadratic equation are another major SAT topic. The quadratic formula allows us to find solution for any quadratic equation. So for that, for example, if we have here 3x as I already 2y, what's it? 2y equals, not equal at the moment, I will say minus. I will make it a bigger minus. Minus 7 equals 0. Now this will be equal to A, this number will be equal to B, and this number will be equal to C is equal to 7, B is equal to 2, and A is equal to 3. So we can apply this in this formula. Minus B plus minus B squared minus 4AC to the root square over for the total, it's 2. So now we can find the value for X if we place these values. So as we know, although the calculator are available on much of the SAT understanding or in this exam, this formula remains extremely important when you will understand it. It's very important. And then it is vertex formula, and half of that, it will be the vertex formula. And after the vertex formula, we have discriminant formula, and it is b squared minus 4ac. So if d is greater than 0, so for the equation, we will have two solutions, two real solutions. If the d is equal to 0, so we will have one very important point, and then d is less than 0, no real solution for the exam. So sometimes the question comes, if the d is equal to 0, how many solutions are there? So it will be like the answer can be two solutions, no real solution, one solution. So the answer will be two real solution. And in the same manner, if it is d is equal to 0, obviously one real solution. So keep this as a note in your mind. Now we are working with the difference of squares and perfect squared trinomials. So here this is special formula, and it is for the factorization. Okay, factorization, but keep in mind that factorization will be, for example, it's a square minus 25, easy to factorize. Rather to think of the things, don't think of the thing, apply this formula. It means that it is a plus 5 and a minus 5. Why? It's like if we say it's a square and then it's 5 squared, so it will be b squared, a squared, b squared, one time positive, one time negative, it will give you the perfect square. So it's plus for the plus trinomial, plus square, it is plus 2ab. For the negative, it's a negative, it will be minus 2ab. So these formulas are helpful, keep in mind, and you can apply in your mathematical solutions. So it's very important, and you're learning since class or the grade 4. So we are reached at our coordinate geometry, combine algebra and graphics. The distance formula helps us find distance between 2 points. Like if you are going to the airport and you forgot your passport and you have the coordinates of the thing. So here and here, these are two points, your home and it is the airport. Okay, and you have the coordinates. So if you are you want to know the distance, you can simply find the distance with the help of this formula. And if you forgot your passport and you want to tell somebody that I'm in the middle, so the midpoint formula will be here. It's the midpoint formula, MD. Okay, so with the help of this formula, you can find the mid distance and ask your son or your brother or your sister to come and give you the passport. So we have all the formulas that can determine the distance for your journey. Distance and the midpoint formula. So MB midpoint formula in the middle. So you can find like the distance in the middle, like here. So these are 2 points, and this middle distance will be the can be measured with the help of this midpoint formula. So we are reached at the geometric section, and around 15% with the help of trigonometry. It is geometry. So how can we grip this one? You need to know the shapes: rectangle, square, triangle, parallelogram, trapezoid. And for these rectangle, triangle, square, you need to know how can we measure the area of the rectangle. How can we measure the area of the square? Because the square have the same sides, okay? When the length of the sides is the same, so it's easy for us make it square and rather than length and width. So triangle, the area can be measured half the base and height, and then parallelogram, so base and height will help you to find the area. And then there is trapezoid, so half the base, like there are two bases, base 1 and base 2, multiplied with the height. So here we can find their geometric shapes, and you can use this formula to find their areas. Circle is another figure that is necessity to discuss. And for the circle, we have circumference, okay? The outer area of the circle, it's the circumference, and 2 pi r will be the formula for the circle. And inside the circle, what is the area covered by the circle? Pi r square, and r is the radius, okay? R is the radius of the circle. That will help you to find. And if you have a circle and we have here, this area is called as the arc, and we want to find the, like for example, A and it is B. So to find the arc length of A and B, we can have this theta. It's the angle in between this. Like for example, we have 45 degree the angle, so here it will be 45, 360, because the whole circle is of 360. 2 pi r will help you to find the arc length. And if you want to find, you have a pizza, and how much was given to you, so you can find the area of the area of the sector, the one which is given to you. So area of the sector can be found with the help of the theta and theta over 360 pi r square, because this is the area formula. So with the help of this formula, you can easily find the area of the sector. So this is circle, very important. Keep in mind the formulas, and you will excel in your SAT examination. Now, regarding the shapes, and the shape is our triangle, and in this triangle you need to find, like this is perpendicular, this is for example base, and this will be hypotenuse. And now if you want to find any of the lengths, you are given two lengths, so you can find it with the help of this formula. And this formula will help you, like if you want to find a, so a square will be equal to c square minus b square. And if you want to find b, and it will be b is equal to c square minus a square. And if you want to find to c square is equal to a square plus b square.